Hello, everyone. So it is Monday, Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. I was going to do the health reading for Trump tomorrow, but and I may still. But first, I want to check in and see. And I'm using the Omnito Magic. It's magic. Shazam! The magic Lenormand. Because I want to see what really happened to Trump. I had this dream August 30th when I woke up. You know how it's like the last thing before you wake up? And I woke up because I had to pee so bad. So I got up to pee, right? Sorry, you don't need all these personal details, but then I'm going, wait, what was that dream? And I remembered it so vividly because it's like I was right there. So basically, the background was all white. It's like we were in a hospital. And I was a nurse or somebody tending to him, like maybe a surgical nurse or something. And I had these, those kind of tongs that they use to either swab things or whatever. They're sterile, right? And there was like gauze on it. And everything was clean, no blood, nothing. It was like whatever procedure Trump had done, it was already done, and he was like either coming back to consciousness. He was totally drugged out, and happy, and like kind of like that. And I was just dabbing the fluid, the clear fluid that was coming out of these two, here's his face, here's his mouth, and slits out both sides, right? And I was saying I'm dabbing him, right, and noticing how he's feeling and all of that. And I said to I don't know if it was a doctor or another nurse or but it was a man next to me, and I said, oh, I really like him better this way. And that was it. If I hadn't had to go pee, I probably could have got more. So anyway, that's that. And I posted this already in my post section, and a lot of people commented about the Joker, but I have to tell you that, so when it comes to dream interpretation, it's really best to do your own, because certain things mean certain things to others. But I have no affiliation with the Joker or any of the Batman movies. I've never been drawn to that. I've never seen them, right? I mean, I'm talking never, none of them. So I can't say it has anything to do with that. But what that means to, I don't know, let's see. Let me ask with the cards, because I want to, let go of my logical brain and use my intuitive side to get, I'm asking my guides to bring the cards together in the perfect lineup to tell me the truth about what really happened to Trump. What was really going on in that dream? What has actually happened to Trump? What is the truth? Right there. Okay, I'll do 2 rows of 5. We'll see what's... Okay, something important. Okay. Okay. So I don't have the scythe here, like seeing surgery, but it was something important to make things better for him, to help him recover. Now our key card is all about creating solutions. It has to do with when it comes to health, it's like a miracle cure. So a miracle cure that creates a recovery regarding something that was chronic, something, just really like and to minimize something. Okay. Now also, the mice has to do with toxins and stress. It can also have to do with an infection or a virus or just like a warning. But something that was like right, I mean, the anchor is you're stuck. Oh, I get it. They were trying to, so some miracle recovery, miracle action recovery to get things moving. I'll address this in a minute. And then to stabilize him out of, to get him out of a chronic problem and minimize what had been eating away at him, destroying him. Whew. And I think I should retract the virus infection, all of that, because I didn't see anything like that, unless it's something that was going on internally. Now, the fish, when it comes to health, this is our card for kidneys and the urinary tract, bladder, in the crossroads, like mirroring these two cards together. The crossroads makes me feel like he needed, it's a card that rules the circulatory system, and like he needed a pathway. Yeah, so he needed a pathway. Well, circulatory system and bladder. He was having chronic abuse, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, abuse to his bladder and kidneys was causing problems. And also because this card, the crossroads, is our card for arteries and veins, and like I said, the circulatory system. And they were trying to find another option or a way to create, a flow. Yeah. Now with the whip and the rider, so the whip card has to do with action. It rules addictions and fevers, and in men, I can say penis, I think, can't I? The mushroom. And the rider is our card for, it has to do with ankles and feet and all of that. And remember, he's had so much water go down to his ankles and legs. And the moon, so the moon in the book, now, trying to recover the toxic chronic problem of edema in his ankle. So there's that. But also, I kind of get the feeling that maybe because with the rider, it's ankles, but then it's also like a lot of energy moving forward, and it makes me feel like I'm wondering if he did have a stroke. All I know is he had something. And in my dream, he couldn't talk anymore. And in all my readings, health readings with the tarot over the last week, we kept getting, the Queen of Swords reversed. There was that one day, oh my goodness, I can't remember if it was the 25th or 26th, every single card was reversed. I mean, I think it's 12 cards and they were all reversed, right? And there was so much around surgery, and I was kind of wondering. And then there was this other one where, hold on, oops. Oh, here it is. I used this deck, these little cards, and I did a big, about what's happening to him. And that was the one where so we had I remember this card was there, which could be like Secret Service protection. And I know I had this card in there. But also, I think the scythe was there, but mainly, the most important thing is I had Melania's card and his card. So here's the most important thing. There we go. It was like this. I had he and Melania looking at each other. So I knew they were together that day, right? Because that's how it goes. Those are the rules. And then this card was up at the top, and I thought this could be Secret Service protection as well, but based on the other cards, you know what? I think this one was there too, like they were hiding something. I could go back and post it if you want in the community section, but then bottom line is, here's the most important part, is we had, I think the cards are lined up the same. Yeah, this is familiar. Okay, because I just looked at the reading this morning. These cards, so this card I think was up above, showing like a short-term procedure. And this could have been from the White House, like to the medical center or whatever, but we had our 45, this is a caretaking card. But when I got that he was getting COVID I did a reading September 31st of 2021, and I did the reading for October 1st, and then October 2nd he got COVID. And this was one of his cards, and the clouds, and this other one, do I even have it right here? This one. This turned out to be my super spreader events. This little deck has taught me so much about, and it's been my go-to deck for him. But anyway, long story short, I think he and Melania, based on a comment that Helen Leach left for me, I think that he and Melania were at either Walter Reed Medical Center last week. So there's that. So back to this center row here, and I will move on and ask another question because I want to see, like, where's he now? How is he doing now? This one's about the past, right? Why did I see what I saw in my dream? Bottom line is he's not talking anymore, and he was drugged out. And with the tarot, we kept having the Hierophant reversed, and that rules the neck and the lower jaw, right? How do you talk when you've got, and the cerebellum part of the brain that's like, survival basically. Anyway, with the moon, when it comes to health, it's usually just about the female reproductive system, but it definitely has to do with dream time and psychic hits. Okay, your psychic processes. So I think this card is here to tell me the dream time revealed, the action and the miracle cure to try to create some kind of recovery. And then our book card, when it comes to health, has to do with the lymphatic system. It has to do with no, I'm sorry, not the lymphatic system. That's the fish over here. The book card goes with the brain, but so does the tree. I don't have the tree here, but if you think of like the branches on a tree, and you think of the shape of the brain, but the book card has to do with testing, brain testing, examinations. It could even be that there was something that's unknown, and they did like a miracle procedure. Okay. So I guess I didn't need the scythe card in there because I knew, well, I mean, I could see the slits on the side of his face. Putin's puppet, though, right? Okay. So, where is he now? September 1st, 2025. Where's Baldo? Where'd you be, man? Let's see, recuperating somewhere? Hiding? Because all those photos that people, or that, they're posting from his Trump media group is trying to, help him out. But there's no 3 a.m. rants anymore, from what I'm hearing, and there's no, and the photos were not accurate. The photos were old. That's the thing. You can go pretty much, I think, on Getty Images and get the dates of when certain photos were originally posted. So, where's he now? September 1st, 2025. Right there. All right. So here he is. With complications. Melania came through. Okay, that's interesting. Because, I mean, we know she doesn't usually want to be anywhere near him, right? Okay. Now, I'm sure I could do a grand tableau and get tons of information, but it just, I don't know. I don't know if enough people would watch a video that takes an hour to get everything, but I mean, yeah, we could do that. I could do that if I have time someday. Anyway, for now, what I'm getting is where he is now is somewhere where Melania's close by. She's like the most important person to him. That's for sure. And she's wondering about his vitality. What's sneaking up behind her was, because this is the way it goes. This card's coming up behind him. He's headed this way. She's looking to the past, and she's like, oh my God. I know you guys that know the Lennies are cracking up too. She's wondering, when's that big payout coming in? She's waiting for it, right? I mean, we have the transactional, these two cards mirroring together, the transactional nature of their relationship and her cash flow. And what's coming up behind her is the actual end of her having to go out and do her appearances for famous reasons, and him controlling her to give her the money, right? That's what's going on. Okay, where he is, I am not sure. I would have to, I guess I could use this other deck and get, that's what I'll do in a second. But meanwhile, what I can see here is he's in a very complicated position. With now the snake, when it comes to the body, this is everything like with the tarot when we get the 5 of Cups, and it's one of those cards that has to do with the colon and intestines and stomach problems and digestion, or really serious flu or cold or whatever. But I think it's more like complications, just to read it simply out of the health realm, complications of that speak to his vitality, and he's looking forward to more complications, and he's looking forward to a painful loss and complications about who's going to be loyal to him, who's going to help him, and who's going to speak up and talk for him, who's going to be the important spokesperson to, spin the lies, right? Because the snake card is our card for liars. Well, it's also a card of, besides complications, just really toxic people, and that's him, right? It's our card for liars and, deceivers and betrayal and having great difficulty. And enemies, enemies that could come and bite, right? But it is, like I said, digestive tract, and we know he's had trouble there. So I am thinking that it's about him. Now, I don't know if he's cognizant enough to... Well, okay, I have to remember. My question here is, where is he now? This wasn't about how he's doing and all that. Where is he now? He's close to Melania, or Melania is close to him. He's down, resting. He's trying to heal from something very complicated. And it could be that this is the end to him being able to verbally speak, because the birds is about verbal, and we've got the end here. Whew. Okay, well, but an undisclosed location, I can't get a location out of those. Well, could I? What card? I mean, no. Lying about where they are, lying and looking for loyalty. Is he in the doghouse? I mean, oh, I'm sorry. He's being protected. He's being protected, and the birds would have to do with being protected against gossip. Okay, so there, I'm glad. Let's do this again. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. Is it like this? Yeah. No. Oh yeah, it's like this. But where was the? Yeah, that's right. That's how it was. Okay. So, as far as where, resting, definitely resting. In a sunny location. Well, that's, yeah, this time of year, of course. At least in the northern hemisphere, right? By the ocean. So, you may be very well at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, okay. Let's do some more investigation here. Like I said, this deck. Okay. What's really going on? I want the bigger picture. What really happened? Where's he now? How's he going to do? I'll just do a mini grand tableau without, I can't do the houses because I don't have my mat here, and it wouldn't fit on this table anyway because there's 52 cards in this deck. Anyway, but I like these cards because there's quite a bit more. Unless, you know what? Do I? Yeah, no, I don't actually. Here, let me use this deck. Yeah, I'm sorry. So this deck is this one here. It's Monarch. Moonlit Night is what it stands for. Patrick Scheller is the artist, but on Yeah, it's okay. So he doesn't sell on his website anymore, but he's on Etsy, and this is it. So if you look for this, they're really simple, super easy to learn from because it's nothing but the images, and it's very intuitive. So let me get the cards laid out, and then I'll raise the lens up and make some more room here. Get rid of these. Get rid of my notes. All my questions. Okay, so, oops. Oh, criminy. Okay. Where is he? What's going on? How's he doing? Is he recuperating? How's he going to do in the future? So this will be health and happenings. I'll just do this one reading for today, and we'll get all of it. If anybody feels like putting in the timestamps for the 3 different spreads, I would so appreciate it. Okay. And I'm going to go from the center out. What is the truth about Donald John Trump's health? As of September 1st, 2025, and what will be his future? And I think I'll take it out. I'll go ahead and take the timing out to the end of the year. And usually, if I get it right, this last card, or my intention is going to be for this last card landing down here in the right-hand corner to be the answer card. So from September 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025, how's it going to go for Donald John Trump? What has been the past, present, what will be the future regarding his health? Right there. Okay, here's his old age. Let me bring this up a little bit. There we go. Oh, I guess I didn't. Okay, well, let me bring it back down. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, come on. There. Okay, hopefully that'll do it. I want you to be able to see the artwork without... Okay, that should do it. Sorry, it's hard for me to look at the viewfinder. I'm looking straight up at a window and it's really bright. Ooh, okay, at the heart of the reading right there. There's the circulatory system. There's the challenging coffin card. And something important is money. I'm sorry, his, well, it could be money, but it's power and protection and strength is done. This could also be our Putin card, or for, for Russia. Yeah, there's, my goodness, okay. So here's our White House, or actually home. Boy, it sure looks like the White House, doesn't it? I mean, minus the upper part, but the fence and everything. But it's the house card. So family, here he is. Here's his card. Storks and the Rider. Okay. I'm going to take this as timing, and it's soon. It's pretty darn soon. Wow. Okay. Well, wait, what if let's go one more, and I'll just take the camera back up where I had it a minute ago. Let's do that. Okay. And here's Melania. But I'm still going to use this for timing because you don't use, when it comes to the people cards, you have to ask them. She wants to move on, that's for sure. Let's see, let me grab my chopstick over here. Okay, so this is our card for old age. When it comes to health, this is aging and illness and Alzheimer's and dementia and being frail. It could also be a slow recovery, but, you know, like if you guys were doing readings for yourself, this could be somebody recovering slowly, but not with these cards here. Instead, what we have is his constitution, his body and soul, but, you know, you guys keep telling me he doesn't have a soul. Well, everyone has a soul. But this is his safety and his whatever kind of sanctuary. It can be a card for a stable condition, but no, this can be a health facility, you know, like a nursing type of a home. And with so in the Lennies, right, there's 36 cards. I have 27 here, right? Do I have? Yeah, 3 times 9, yeah. And there are only 2 cards that relate to dementia, and they're both here, and they're knighting together. So his dementia has gotten the best of him. You know what I think it could be, and here's the burden to his health, but I'm just remembering what it's, you know, the warnings, like for an older person to go under anesthesia and what that does to the health. Because, I mean, look at this right here. Anesthesia, really important, something important that had to be done, but it blocks his future health and mental. The moon card here is also his fame. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so let me stick with this here, and I'm going to look to this as being the past, present, and future. Okay, so because that's how I always read. I just forgot to tell you. Now, dementia, possibly he's either at home at one of his resorts, near the sun, of course, near the ocean. It's a chronic ailment. He has problems with his heart, has problems with his stomach, and he did have surgery, maybe more than once, maybe repetitive surgery, or he may have had a catheter and he had a problem with his mushroom. Yeah, absolutely. Both of these cards, these are the 2 cards for, you know, when it comes to the male organ, okay, because this is a male card. Elderly, like grandpa card. So there's that. Okay, but now if I come in here closer, so I'm going to read these cards like this, you know, out. So his frail situation is seen in the public somehow, but also his immune system. The Garden Parks card is a card of immune problems. But he could also be in a spa type of environment. So these 2 cards, and then this one knighting out, I feel like he is at Mar-a-Lago. I could be wrong, and it doesn't really matter with that one, but that's just, you know. So, but an aging, elderly, frail heart that is in a chronic situation that isn't going away. We're seeing like how he's going to, you know, do, but this is permanently, he's not getting any younger, right? And permanent digestive problems permanent problems with his ability to digest not only food, but manage his anger, manage his jealousy. It's also can be a card of growths. So there could be growths around his heart and growths around in his stomach. This would go with what I've gotten in the tarot so many times. And then it's something that's really important. Can't say there's a solution with this, with the key card. It's just that it's really important. It does rule the crown chakra. It does. It's one of those cards where you have to ask for guidance and just let go of your fears and whatever. But it does have the timing for like right now. So again, there's confirmation here that this is the present. So now, right now, he's down. So we've gotten that twice, 2 or 3 times with the other cards, right? And the ring card, here's our card for karmic cycles. It has to do with the lymphatic system, routine checkup, and repetitive procedures. Now the key is also, both the scythe and the key are metal objects. So, here we are with the surgery, right? And then we've got the repetitive surgery here, these 2 cards mirroring together. But anyway, to get back to this little 9 box here, he's definitely recovering. This is a card of recovery, or the opportunity to recover. It could be for 3 or 4 days, but it could also be up to 2 weeks. So there's that possibility. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like I feel like he's hibernating, resting, and he's frail. Okay. His heart is frail, and he's recovering. Okay, that's presently. And I do feel like he's at Mar-a-Lago or one of his resorts, because this is also a card for spas. All of his resorts, they do massages, and they have their spas there. All right, anything to charge a person money, they have there. Probably drugs on the side, right? Okay, opening up the reading, but also revealing the past. Here's our medical institution. Here's a health center. And yeah, time for some solitude, something where a person is controlled by outside, it's this card on one level, it has some of the same meanings as the Wheel of Fortune, but when it comes to reverse, where you're controlled by the outside authority. So like this is him in the hospital, or he was in the hospital, and it had to do with his vitality, but I think they were successful in whatever they did to alleviate his problem, and then I think he's been sent back to Mar-a-Lago. Here he is, and so with this 9 box here, he definitely, yes, he was in the hospital, yes, he's probably home now, but there's some, I mean, it could be flow, it could also be with the fish, like I was saying before, like a bladder, kidneys problem. Maybe he did have a urinary tract infection, but when I put these 2 cards together, I feel like there's the catheter, and so there's that. And then with the Crossroads card here, we have for his body, like health, the circulatory system, and with the heart, So I think he may have had a heart procedure, and he may have had also problems with the winky kind of thing. And then, yeah, there's that very real possibility. And then with the star card, this would be a network of people working on him, but also his intention to get out and make it home. I don't know. When it comes to health, this is our nervous system. This has to do with trying to heal. Trying to heal. It can be insomnia. Trying to get the flow moving, spreading the flow, a surgical procedure to get the circulatory system flowing again. I think he seized up. I think that Four of Pentacles that I got reversed the other day, one day I had the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles reversed, and it was like, I think the Four of Pentacles was down here late at night, and it was like, oh man, I think he was knocked for a loop. Everything just seized up on his head. So now this could be these two cards knighting together, and then the scythe needing to have, because this is definitely surgery, and surgery like you got to do it now. It could be really sharp pains that happen, injections, things like that. But or it's possible, because remember, this is the past. It is possible that he needed some dental work and it caused a major problem. Like if he got put under by gas to get the dental work done, and it took him to another realm. Okay. But with the stars card down here, I feel like he's not, well, spreading with life, like the life force spreading. He needed surgery to get the flow going again and improve the condition. Yeah, I think that's about all I could say there. It happened at night. His issue happened in the nighttime. Yeah, and there was the problem with the flow, like maybe like right to his head, because he's here. This would be the fire in his head, because he gets so angry, right? He's got that lizard brain that just goes so fast, just hops into anger before you know. But I think he's drugged out, he was drugged out, and then so at the what he called the medical center, right? And then he traveled by most likely Marine One helicopter, or even Air Force One, and they can sneak around, but somehow or another. I mean, this is our usually air travel, but where the crossroads would be the road travel. So maybe it is that he did travel. I don't know how he would get wherever, but there are many ways. But I think he got to from the surgical center to Mar-a-Lago or one of his other resorts. Now, it makes sense to me, the one in Virginia, that's the Washington, Virginia Trump Club. So, okay, so that's the past. Let's look at the four corners before I focus on the future, and then we'll be done. So, four corners say that, it happened at nighttime, it was spreading quickly, most likely had to do with his nervous system and had to go to the medical center. There was problems with the flow, something with his nervous system, with his head. and had to go to the medical center, and they lied about it and hid about it and snuck around about it, and they're lying about what, where he's been. There could have been a misdiagnosis at first with the fox, or it could have been a specialist. And Melania was there with him. So this confirms that one comment that someone left, which is not there anymore, but confirms that they saw Melania and the Secret Service at Walter Reed. So that means this would be Walter Reed, but they were hiding about him getting there. They somehow hid him in, snuck him in, and Melania was there with him. That's all here. Okay, so let's focus on the future. So they will be continuing to obfuscate and distort and just, hide. It's going to take a while for the burden to clear. When it comes to health, this is somebody who's under the weather, still having trouble diagnosing things, but trying to recover. And I could be wrong about that, because this is all in the past, and it could very well be that he was just taken from the White House to the medical center and all of that. So, I don't think it really matters. I think this over here is what matters. So, like I said, lying, distorting, hiding from what they think are secret enemies, like us. We're the secret enemies, I suppose. But his strength is blocked, and that will continue to just whip up more and more problems for him. And his lungs are suffering, his depression is increasing, and his shadow side is going to be out for everyone to see, because it's going to, just keep moving. His health condition is going to continue to be the biggest burden for the rest of his life. He's, when it comes to timing, Melania is just, here she is. Well, it's soon, right? But because remember, this card was the one I said, hold on, this is our timing. And then I did this extra layer just because I could fit the cards in. And we did get more, but the deal is with this card, when it comes to timing, it's quickly, it's really soon. So soon, she's looking to put in whatever, get things done, to get things going in order to get her payout that she married into, and she's looking forward to his end. And she has all of these intentions, right? I'm sorry, you know what I should have done first was read this row. Okay, so he's coming from a place of a transactional relationship with her, but he's looking forward to moving on and making new decisions and interacting on social media. He's thinking that's what's happening, right? But oops, my brain doesn't work anymore. Dementia is causing problems, and my solution is blocked by my health. This is him, by my health, and my fame is going to suffer. Okay? Because he's going to go out, being seen, being recognized and seen for the lunatic he is, for the con artist he is, for the scammer, for his fraud that he has, perpetrated for his entire lifetime. There's so much out there. This is just absolutely ridiculous that he ever got into his position. And we can thank Scrotus for that. They need to be impeached, 6 of them. So anyway, his fame, his celebrity, his honor. He doesn't have any honor, but that's, these are keywords for the moon card. He is going to go insane, and we are going to see it. The clouds will clear. Eventually, everybody will see that he's going to go insane, and quickly. This is happening. This is all happening quickly, right? His power's blocked, and it's done. And he's going. It's like, Melania, stay with me. When he has a coherent moment. Now, you never know. I could be totally wrong. I don't think so. But also, he could rise up and have some moments, some appearances of I'm okay, or whatever, or everything's just hidden, right? Because with the cross card up here, this is his burden for sure. He's definitely suffering. In the future, he's going to be suffering even more, but he's going to be hiding it. And when it comes to timing, this card is 1 to 6 months. And I took the reading out to December 31st. So I'm thinking it's sooner than that, based on this card here. The burden to the health, remember, the chronic obstacle. This is the gravity of, just think of how heavy an anchor is. You're not getting away from that. And he's tied to Russia. All of that's, going to be out more and more. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know what Putin could have done, in Alaska that would have caused this problem to take so long. But I don't know. Maybe the interaction with Putin gave him something important. I don't know. You never know. Yeah, so anyway, bottom line is Americans are going to start feeling more and more burdened by this scam artist being in the White House, and we are literally going to witness him humiliate himself on a daily basis, and we're going to start seeing more and more. We're going to have that illumination. Now, of course, the full moon lunar eclipse comes in on September 7th. So this could be the clue that by the 7th, because this is happening quickly, by the 7th we see his health problems on full display, and then it just continues to whip up in the news, because our rider card is about the news. Or it might be that Melania makes some kind of an announcement at some point. There's that possibility. So, yeah, I don't think I'm seeing anything else here. For her, she's going to distort. She's detached from him. She's totally detached from him and like his family. She's going to just get what she can and go. She's going to run. But, yeah. What else with the tree? Because it's more than just a person's health. This is their past life karma. It's her life force that she's thinking about. Yeah, she just wants out from under this cloud. She wants out from under the burden of being in relationship with him so bad. It's interesting that they both came through. Yeah, okay. I don't think I have anything else to add, except for just, we can expect the news cycle to continue to distort. They won't say anything on the regular news about his health, and they have a little bit on MSNBC. But you're going to have to stick with, Midas Touch and other places on YouTube, Keith Edwards and, oh my goodness, all of them, David Pakman, and they're all talking about it. But something's going to happen soon is what I'm getting here. Okay, Thanks, you guys. Bye.